I'm at the temple, memorial temple of Hatshepsut on the west bank of the River Nile off Luxor. And this is a fantastic place, and this is what Lonely Planets say. Luxor is often called the world's greatest open-air museum, but that comes from nowhere near describing this extraordinary place. Nothing in the world compares to the scale and grandeur of the monuments that have survived from ancient Thebes. The setting is breathtakingly beautiful, the Nile flowing between the modern city and the West Bank near Acropolis, backed by the enigmatic Theban escarpment. Scattered across the landscape is an embarrassment of riches, from the temples of Karnak and Luxor in the east to the many tombs and temples on the West Bank. Thebes' wealth and power, legendary in antiquity, began to lure Western travellers from the end of the 18th century. Depending upon the political situation today, the traveller might be alone at the site or be surrounded by coachloads of tourists from around the world. Well, it's definitely the latter. I'm in the car park, and there's a sign saying you can't take photographs in the car park because you haven't bought a ticket to go in. They don't want you to get this free view, they want you to go in. But the prices become extraordinarily expensive. A little bit about this temple. At Der Ausburt, the eyes first focus on the dramatic rugged limestone cliffs that rise nearly 300 meters above the desert plain, only to realize that at the foot of all this immense beauty lies a monument even more extraordinary, the dazzling temple of Hatshepsut. The almost modern-looking temple blends in beautifully with the cliffs from which it is partly cut, a marriage made in heaven. Most of what you see has been painstakingly reconstructed. Excavation and restoration since 1891 have revealed one of the ancient Egypt's finest monuments. It must be even more stunning in the days of Hatshepsut, which was 1473 to 1458 BCE, when it was approached by a grand sphinx-lined causeway behind me and in front of me, instead of today's tourist bazaar, when the court was a garden planted with exotic trees and perfume plants, and when it was linked due east across the Nile to the temple of Karnak. 40 years ago, the road was straight leading up here, and there's nothing here. This is one of those attractions in Egypt where you can photograph it from the outside. There's more to see from the outside. But because I'm in a car park doing it for free, there's a sign here saying you can't come into the car park unless you've got a ticket. I've just been harassed by a local tourist bureaucrat, and he eventually relented that I could do a video or take pictures, but not with the monopod. So Egypt has become very sophisticated in knowing how to claw money off the thousands of tourists that pass through each of the attractions in the Luxor area on a daily basis. Thank you.